This is Spinnaker3 here with another amazing Mojo showcase, and today we're going to be taking on the Tier 9 Odin's Gauntlet only using Mojo. So to start off with, I've brought a few synergies along just to speed up the process. There's Guardian for extra block proficiency, Ghost Rider and Black Widow Clairvoyant reduce buff duration by an additional 30%, which means buffs either instantly expire or on Odin, where there's extra buff duration, they'll expire much shorter. And Mole Man is there in case I slip up because I still want to get the tier 9 rewards. So let's jump right into the quest. And the first fight that we'll be starting off with is Thor Jane Foster. And just a word of caution, I do slip up quite a bit in the Thor Jane Foster fight. I was not paying attention. And then after this fight, I realized I should be paying a lot more attention. But despite slipping up in this fight, Mojo is still able to really pull through and get the entire quest done. And the reason Mojo is so great for this entire quest is because as a ramp up champion, his ramp up is severely lessened when there's a lot of short fights. So you notice right there, I kind of missed the parry, got smacked a little. I will be eating a special one pretty soon, and that's definitely going to drain a lot of health down. But there's really only one fight on this entire path that I would say Mojo is a terrible option for, and that is the Gladiator Hulk. But we'll get there soon. So here I missed the special one Dex, and you'll notice that the special twos also have a weakness because Thor Jane Foster has specialists, and I mean, that's unavoidable. I could be throwing special ones, but with Mojo, you don't want to be throwing special ones. That's just going to decrease your damage output. So this fight is just going pretty slowly until I get to my Fury phase, and then after that, I can start ramping up the degens. But you'll notice that because the special 2 has the weakness debuff put on it, the degenerations also suffer from a weakness. So I'm not even doing as much damage as I could be doing. So this fight is going to be this one's going to be the slowest fight on the entire lane because, well, there's just two things that made this fight slip up, which is that one, it's the first fight on the ramp up, and two, the weakness debuff was placed on my special 2s. But the next fight is Heimdall, and that one is an absolute treat because Heimdall gets a buff every time you hit him a certain number of times. I believe it's around 7 hits, and then he gets his armor up buff. And he also gets a precision buff on his special 1. And because I have the Ghost Rider and Black Widow Clairvoyant synergy, the buffs instantly expire. So you'll notice right here, he throws the special 1. You don't even see the precision because the buff duration is reduced by 120%. So it's completely non-existent. Here, I intercept him with my special just so I don't get pushed over to a special 3, and that's just helpful for increasing my damage output. I'm almost to the Big Fury. You see, again, his precision automatically expired. I'm also getting a bit lucky with no auto blocks, but none of the AI on this path have parry, so it doesn't really matter too much. So after this parry, I'm going to get pushed to a special 3, unfortunately, but I have my Big Fury up. And Mojo hits very hard when he has this anti-life field Fury, gives him about double attack added to his original base attack. So this should be killing Heimdall once the degenerations take effect. And you'll notice he's ticking down very fast, and he's down. So that's Heimdall down. And the next fight, in my opinion, is the toughest fight for a regular player on this map because this Thor has a very quick combo up. That means if he reaches 40 hits on his combo, he will get an insane power gain. And the power gain on Thor Ragnarok only goes away if you knock him down with a special attack. So I'm going to try and go for a couple of intercepts. You see right there, I go for one. It's tough intercepting Thor just because he has a 30% chance to auto block, but it's still worth it because he doesn't have the parry mastery, so I don't have to worry about getting hit. So I'm just trying to go for the special 2 right when he gets the power gain, and then I knock him down so that he doesn't end up getting it. So here, Thor is being very passive with not throwing his special, and so I'm having to do light attack so I don't give him too much power, but he's really not playing ball here, and he hits 40 hits. So I just instantly throw my special 1 just so he doesn't get pushed, and luckily that also completes the knockdown prompt, so I get my massive anti-life field Fury, and Thor goes down. You notice he auto-blocked that last intercept there. Didn't matter because the degenerations really ticked him down. Now, this next fight is actually a very, very bad matchup for Mojo. So if you've ever played with Mojo, you know that Mojo places a passive degeneration on the opponent. And Gladiator Hulk has this ability called Face Me, where when he's being placed under a passive damage over time effect, And you notice right here, I just slip up. But anyway, when Gladiator Hulk gets a passive damage over time effect, he gets Face Me, which means he regenerates 70% of any damage dealt to him, and he gets a bunch of attack. So that's why you'll notice in this fight, apart from slipping up at the beginning, I'm just taking a lot of block damage too. And my goal is to stay as close to Hulk Rags as I can, because I want him to get regenerations so that he can lose a lot of health to the regeneration. You notice that Mojo also has a passive regeneration, which worked against me, but I was able to get him down. And luckily, he triggered a passive regeneration at the end, which really dropped him down as well. So now the fights are going to, even though I have only 18% health left, I have 5 subscribers. And that means that the fights are going to go by super quickly. So here you notice I get punished a special attack, a very frustrating prompt in my opinion. So I push him to a special attack 2 and just punish it right there. And then literally one special 2 and he's already down to 50%. And that's before the degenerations do their work. And you can see that they are doing a lot of work and he's down. It's almost like that fight went by in the snap of a finger. And now my favorite fight in this entire lane is the Odin. He doesn't have buffed up anymore, but he has increased buff duration. And that means his buffs have a duration that is 140% of their original value. And you remember, I'm decreasing buff duration by 120%. So his buffs will still be there. They just won't be there for too long. So you'll notice here, I put a bunch of haters on him, getting a lot of degenerations. I got the knockdown a champion prompt, so I'm using my special 2 to knock him down, and that still places the 5 degenerations on him. So here I didn't have the right spacing to counter his special 1. I will be able to do that later, but the fight is going by super quickly. I mean, this is what, 160,000 health pool, and I'm still just putting in so much damage, so much work with Mojo, and the fight is just over right now. I counter his special 1, and he goes down. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment with what Mojo content you want to see done next. I mean, I'm just discovering how many different uses Mojo has, and I'm hoping that you can do the same. Catch you later.